Shaquille O'Neal has 4 words of advice for Angel Reese. Shaquille O'Neal has been close with Chicago Sky star Angel Reese, dating back to her days at LSU. Both Reese and O'Neal are LSU legends, and the Pro Basketball Hall of Famer helped use his pre-established connection to help sign Reese to an endorsement deal with Reebok before the start of her WNBA career. Since then, he has continued to serve as a mentor to the 2024 All-Star, who has notched some impressive accomplishments on the court, but also dealt with criticism away from it, particularly on social media. During a sit-down this week with Sports Illustrated's Claudette Montana, O'Neal was asked about any misconceptions people may have about Reese, who the 4-time NBA champion says he always shares 4 words of wisdom with. "She's really a nice, beautiful young lady. But when you're in this thing of ours, you have to play a certain way, and you have to be a certain way," Shaq said. "A lot of times, if they don't understand who you are, they misconceive. But I tell her all the time, don't worry about that. She as good, or even better than some of the people that y'all are kissing up to. But y'all don't know it. But she knows it," Shaq continued. "And in order to be great, you have to know you're great." Reese has been vocal about the stresses of dealing with online trolling and fan criticism, but that hasn't stopped her from speaking her mind on a variety of topics. "You'll be feeling too entitled thinking your opinions matter about somebody else's life, instead of minding your own business. I promise you win at life when you just live your own life and mind your own business. I promise," Reese wrote on social media in April. Shaq's continued advice for the young star is to ignore any outside commenters. "Because they don't really have a voice, they just think they do," Shaq told SI. Angel Reese's biggest problem has become absolute nightmare. Even after a successful rookie season, it was no secret that Angel Reese had to make some major improvements. Her scoring inefficiency, especially around the basket, had to improve for her to reach her full potential. An off-season that included workouts with WNBA legend Lisa Leslie and a successful unrivaled season promised some much-needed improvement. However, 6 games into the season, Reese is still struggling to score around the basket, and the new-look Sky are off to a slow start. With only 2 wins, a playoff appearance is still far away. Reese must improve her inside scoring. Angel Reese is one of the best rebounders in the WNBA, averaging a league-high 5.7 offensive rebounds a game. Reese gets plenty of chances around the basket. She currently averages 8.7 shots within less than 5 feet from the basket. That is the highest number in the league, just slightly ahead of Derica Hamby and Alia Boston. While Reese gets a lot of looks close to the basket, she doesn't make many of them. Reese is currently only converting 32.7% of her attempts within 5 feet. That number stands out among other players averaging a lot of attempts around the basket, and not in a good way. None of the other top 10 players in field goal attempts less than 5 feet away from the basket are shooting even close to Reese's percentage. Hamby and Boston, the only other players averaging 8 or more attempts, are shooting 59.4% and 70.8% respectively. The next 7 players are all making at least 54% of their shots that close to the basket. Out of all players averaging at least 2 attempts in the 5-feet range, only Aaliyah Edwards recorded a worse field goal percentage than Reese. Converting so few of her attempts close to the basket is not a sustainable way for Reese to succeed in the WNBA. Reese is a talented player with lots of potential, but she must improve her layups if she wants to realize that potential fully. Reese is still young and just starting her second WNBA season. There is time for her to figure this out. So, while her struggles are certainly not helping the Sky return to the playoffs, fans should grant her some time to work on her weaknesses. After all, she does plenty of other things well, even if her inside scoring isn't where it needs to be yet. Chicago is struggling offensively. Improving her inside scoring would also benefit Reese's team. The Sky tried their best to build an improved team around Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso this offseason, but many of last season's issues still persist. The Sky still struggle from 3 and only ranked 10th in offensive rating. Only the Connecticut Sun, Golden State Valkyries, and Washington Mystics have worse offensive ratings than the Sky. Those struggles will make it difficult for Chicago to secure a playoff spot, and Reese's inside scoring is a part of the problem that must be solved.